I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of idiots that I've collabed with over the years. The motorcycle scene seems to attract them for one reason or the other. And so today I thought I would talk about some of these individuals, hopefully in a healthy manner and not just a crap talking back and forth manner. I've been trying to make this video for a while now, but first of all, I gotta deal with that right now. That's kind of a big problem. How am I supposed to leave my house now? That's great, awesome. I've been trying to make this video for a while, but everything in my garage seems to want to break. The catalyst for this video happened like a month ago, but I have not had a chance. I've not had a day to talk about this, like a nice warm day to talk about this, that I wasn't spending trying to fix one of my bikes. By the way, little update on the H2, the coolant, I got the coolant drained out of it, and it's extremely dark. I don't know if that's normal for coolant. Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm not a motorcycle tech, so I don't know. I've never done coolant on a bike before. It's my first one, so, but I'm making some progress on that bike, but I can't do that today. We have more important and pressing matters to attend to. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another beautiful sunny day out here in Ohio. One of the very few that we get out of the year. So, I don't want to waste it. Dancing Moto is a content creator that has been, well, talked about online. I recently saw him resurface on Reddit. Someone reposted him running from a Georgia sheriff and then subsequently getting hit off his bike and ran over. You guys remember that video from a while ago. Dancing Moto, aka David, we're gonna just talk about him here, is a content creator that I did videos with about a year ago. We had a whole stream of videos. I thought of him as a very young, positive kid who liked to dance next to his motorcycle. I am not one of those motorcycle people that like to disparage people who want to dance in front of their bike. If that's their prerogative, I don't care. It doesn't hurt anybody. If anything, it spreads positivity and makes bikers look cool. So I don't know. I don't really care about that stuff. What I did care about and what I'd continue to see at this kid as, you know, time continued to evolve, I saw someone who was deeply insecure about the fact that he was made fun of for dancing next to his motorcycle online in pajamas, and felt the need to record himself doing stupid stuff on a motorcycle so that way he could prove to people that he does in fact ride his motorcycle, which the end result of that obviously being that he ran from the cops on a bike that is not capable of running from the cops on, subsequently got whacked off his bike, and things did not go his way. I just realized, are we out of gas? Do I have even enough fuel? Yeah, I got plenty of gas. I don't know what I'm tripping about. I kind of understand that perspective because I've been that kid before. I am 24 years old now, which feels weird saying that, pushing 30 at this point. Not really, but you know what I mean. It's been a weird evolution these past couple of years. And David, being a much younger kid than me, I have been there. I have literally been in his shoes before. Now, TikTok doesn't like to push a lot of videos of people actually riding their bikes, and so people tend to put videos on there of people not riding the bikes. And so I get the insecurity of, like, you want to be seen as a biker, as someone who actually rides their bike, especially if you actually do. He seemed like a kid decently passionate about motorcycles. You know, he wasn't terribly intelligent when it came to them, but that's okay. He's young. He's got to learn. I'm still learning things about motorcycles. These things take a long time to process and learn. The thing is about David is I think he just was surrounded by bad influences. The thing is about David is I think he was just spending way too much of his time trying to impress people online, which is just something that's you're never going to win that battle. Because here's the crux of it. If you don't ride crazy enough, you're going to get comments of people being like, oh, you don't actually ride the bike. On the other end, if you ride too crazy, then you're going to get comments from Karens and old people being like, you ride too crazy, you're going to hurt somebody, you're going to hurt yourself. Can't please anybody online, so just don't even try. Best course of action is just to do your own thing and don't please anybody. After a string of really stupid decisions, getting really unlucky, because to be honest with you, I've been in the same situation of, you know, you do some stupid stuff for clout, but he just unfortunately got hit off his bike by the cops, and that sucks. But the reason I'm bringing this stuff back up, the reason why, is because I ran into him again. And I made a little short form. I never turned it into a long form, I believe. I don't think it ever made it into like one of my YouTube videos. I just made like a little short out of it.
You alright? What you up to, bro? I heard you got hit last night or something.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad.
Which side?
This side right here.
My bike
I was
like, see,
talking to somebody last night.
They come over asking, that's why I turned around.
I want to get you up in a
No, I noticed it immediately. I just thought it
You're the
was
license judge? You have like actually.
But I
You actually got your whole
noticed.
license.
Obviously, when I noticed something next to my bike.
You all? You know what I'm doing.
You can borrow one of my, I don't care. Whatever you
So
want
you
to do.
should, like-
As long as you got your license. Wearing a jacket?
No, I didn't bring my jacket. Bro, all I have is a backpack. Like, I don't have enough. It sounds like you're doing 130.
I just hope you know, like, I know her. I truly have your best interests in heart.
When I posted this video of me running into Dancing Moto, I got flamed in my comments section. People were flaming at me like, why are you talking to him? Why are you defending him? I wasn't defending him. My main concern of my mentality of going into that conversation is I know he's a young and stupid 19-year-old, and I unfortunately know what young and stupid 19-year-olds, how they think. My main concern is I just don't want the kid to hurt himself.
Like, he got bullied relentlessly online. I tried to frame mine as like, hey, I'm looking out for him. I want to lead him in the right direction. But I feel like majority of people, we're not thinking that. And we're just laying into him just to lay into him. I just don't want the kid to end up making a mistake, hurting himself. Like, I'm not even talking like on the bike. I just mean in general, dude. Like, getting bullied like that online can do something to someone. I'm not accusing him. I've never seen any signs coming from him, but that is just my main concern. I care, okay? Like, I don't want the kid to hurt himself. And so I'm being nice because he got bullied online. Like, yes, what he did was stupid. Yes, begging for money on a GoFundMe after being the one that put himself in that situation. Yes, it's stupid. I just didn't want the kid to hurt himself. I feel like it's very easy to understand. I'm repeating myself here, but it's just like I'm getting bullied for just looking out for the kid. He's like my little brother's age, dude. Like, I know how they think. They're stupid, okay? Like, give them a break. Like, I'm stupid, but they're like mega stupid. Like, that's how you gotta treat it. And I told him, I'm like, hey, dude, like, as long as you got your license, you know, once you get this court stuff figured out, how about you come to Ohio? I'll give you one of my bikes to ride, and we can go for a nice chill little cruise. And look, there's a little peninsula cop. Those are the guys you gotta look out for, because those guys will take violations if I'm not careful. We're gonna go for a nice soft cruise through your city. We're gonna enjoy the scenery. I see him back there. He's probably mad I stopped at that stop sign. I'm gonna set my cruise control to a nice flat 38. We're gonna just enjoy this day. Yeah, so I told David, I'm like, you can come to Ohio, bro. You can ride one of my bikes. I don't care. We can talk it out, hug, be homies. I just want what's best for you and your future. I'm like, yo, as long as you got your license, it's all good, bro. No hard feelings.
I'm a firm believer, I don't think you're gonna get anywhere if you're trying to change someone's mind by just yelling at them, bullying them, telling them that they're wrong all the time. You know, it's like a little brother. You know, you gotta kind of push him a little bit, but just guide him in the right direction eventually. Well, I don't know if that fully got to him. You know, this kid's telling me he's got an open, active court case against him for, you know, running from the cops. And lo and behold, the catalyst as to why I'm making this video 2 weeks ago. This kid posts on his Instagram story him going fast and cutting up cars on his BMW S1000 RR. Why he bought a 1000cc motorcycle is beyond me. I don't understand it at all. Like, how can you go from running on an R7 and you buy an S1000 and now you're like posting yourself going fast? I don't know. Regardless, I think that this clip was originally going to go in a YouTube video that I don't know if he hasn't released it yet or he's just changed it because he posts something else with his friends and they were just going through the city normal. So I don't know. Point is, still worried about him. As of right now, my offer still stands. If he wants to come to Ohio, I'll pay for it. I'll take care of him. He can ride one of my bikes if they're working. But he has to not be afraid to talk about this stuff. You know, I got to make sure he's going in the right direction. And also, he can't keep posting this stuff. It's stupid.
Because I'm going to tell you what happens when you eventually try to please the online masses by posting yourself doing stupid stuff. As if this already isn't like a proven concept online. When you post yourself doing crimes, the police tend to catch on. Crazy concept, I know, but it turns out speeding and weaving through cars is considered a crime. I get it's annoying because it's like technically it can be a victimless crime, but like you have to understand there are idiots out there who take this stuff way too far. And people on motorcycles, if you're going fast enough, can hurt or kill people in cars. Like, let's not be stupid. I get, like, I want to have just as much fun as the next guy. These gnats are attacking me, bro. What the heck? At the end of the day, bro, you got to think about the 99.9% of people out there. They don't understand why we speed on these things. And to them, as it's written in the law, it's a crime. So they're going to come after you for it. It is what it is. The solution to that is just don't freaking post it. But there's been YouTubers on this platform who have gotten caught for stupid stuff. They got Jigsaw, bro, using his phone logging data. You know, there's a little cellular device in your pocket that's tracking you at all times. Yeah, the cops can pull that data, dude. And that brings me to my next subject of today's video. No Plate Drew. Drew is a buddy of mine. He's a friend of mine. I don't want to dox him other than he has his name in his freaking account. This guy, I'm calling it right now. Again, he's a buddy of mine. I don't mean to use this as talking crap, as I'm not talking crap behind his back. I'll probably send him this video before I post it. I would never ride another liter bike without cruise control. It's just so nice to have. And there's a part with you, they're out today. Good Lord. This is why I'm taking it nice and easy. I'm not trying to cause any trouble. I'm calling it right now. No Plate Drew is going to get arrested this year. I'm just calling it. I love the guy. I think he's awesome. He's clipped me before. I don't mind it. I think it's great for my page. He's a good dude. I truly in my heart of hearts wish the best for him, and I don't want it to be true. Like, I don't want people to think this is like them taking this the wrong way. Like, I really do like the guy, and I've told him multiple times he's going to get caught to his face. Hello. But he's posting himself. He says he's not running from the cops, but like he's passing cops doing like triple digit numbers. He's passing cops doing really stupid stuff. Like, bro, they're going to go after you. And to top it all off, there was a video he himself posted of a city going up to him and being like, oh, you're no play Drew. Yeah, every cop in the county knows you. And bro, like, is still leaving these videos up. Like, I know what the cops are doing. They're likely just building a case on him just so they can slam him with the book and whenever they want. Multiple felonies, misdemeanors. They're gonna take his bike. They've done it before to people in this area. I like, it's so beyond me. I'm not saying cops are the good guys either, but in this case, it's just like there's smarter ways to go about it. It's one thing if you want to go out on your bike, go have your fun, go do your thing, whatever. You want to go be a little street hooligan, that's fine, bro. But it's the guys who are just like making it so easy for the cops, bro. Because on the other end, you have like actual criminals posting their crimes. It's like they're just giving themselves jail time for like a little bit of clout. I don't get it. Drew is like not a kid, bro. Like, Drew is much older than me. I'm not gonna dox him, but like he's a man. Like, he's a grown man. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And he knows this. That's why I don't get it. To me, it's like a felony is not something I want on my record. Like, I don't have a job, sure. I do this for a living, but I don't want a felony on my record. Like, what if this falls off and I need to go get a job at McDonald's or something? Like, I need to be able to do that. And that's when you start getting these guys who have the arguments of like, oh, if they can't prove it was me riding. Like, oh, just because I posted myself doing a video doing it doesn't mean they can prove I was actually riding it. Like, it's an ego thing. They have such a high regard of themselves. They have no concept that the fact that these courts can be corrupt. Not saying all of them are, but some court systems, especially in this area, they will absolutely mess with you. Like, that city I just passed, that's a perfect example. They were trying to take my license for doing like 15 over with 0 points on my license. They were just trying to take my license. 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, they were trying to take my license. And there was nothing I could have done about it. Luckily, I had a saint of a lawyer who was willing to fight for me. This is what I'm talking about, bro. They will just screw you over, and there's nothing you can do about it. Why do you think there's cases of people getting falsely imprisoned for murder and stuff, bro? Just because you think in your head, especially if you are actually guilty, just because you think in your head, like, oh, I can abuse the court system and get out of it, like, the court system will abuse you back. People think it's like they're so important and self-important because of their ego. They don't realize that this stuff can happen to them. And it's so easy to just avoid it by not posting it. The last kid I wanted to talk about is Moto. I briefly talked about this in the last video, but I'm slightly worried about the kid.
Howdy. Can I get a breakfast burrito with ham? Moto was a kid who was hanging out with Dancing Moto for a little bit. If you don't know David Dancing Moto, this is a whole other can of worms that we could get into, but Dancing Moto like started doing OF, like he's doing the selling of the photos thing, the shelling of the nasty photos. And I was a little bit worried. I'm like, okay, you got this young kid hanging out with David who's doing this. He's probably making a pretty solid amount of income from that. Who isn't? You know, selling pictures online. It's like there's very little overhead. It's basically just all profit. And so he's probably seeing the earnings from that and being like, oh, I want to get a little piece on that. And I got a little bit worried. This was a little bit ago. He posted something on his story, like he had a Patreon where he had like, and it wasn't a Patreon, it was something similar. It's like a fanfics or something where he could like upload his shirtless photos and people could buy them. And I DM'd him. I'm like, straight up like, brother, what are we doing? And he said, I just did it for the joke. Oh, and I'm like, don't give me that crap, brother. Don't give me that. I don't know. I was being straight up about it. I'm not going to beat around the bush on that one. But I told him straight up, I'm like, get a grip. Because it's, I don't know, man. It sucks because I do have friends like Zolveski, CJ Clark that do this stuff full time. And they seem to be happy doing it, man. Because I think it takes a certain person to enjoy doing that. And that guy probably just thinks I'm weird talking to myself. Papa's got his burrito. Heck yeah. Glad to see this place starting to pop, dude. This place is awesome. I'm not trying to disparage the adult worker industry because I do think that there is a place for that in the world. I just hate to see young men that I know that they're not the types. Like, I just know they're not. These are the money-hungry types. Like, there are some fools out there who genuinely do it for a living who just enjoy it, man. Like Zolveski and CJ Clark. Look, they're not the money-hungry types. These are business entrepreneurs that just happen to do that line of work.
and they're happy doing it. They're nothing about that. But what I see in David and Moto Cozy are two young men just trying to get ahead of the curve. I don't think they quite grasp the consequences of doing adult content. They more see it as like a get-rich-quick type scheme, which is like, yeah, it works temporarily, but let's say you turn 22, 23, you don't want to jerk it on camera anymore. It's like, no, you chose that life, brother. That's a permanent decision. Your willy's out on the internet. You know, it's easier for people to search it up. You can't exactly take that one back. Like, these are young dudes. I see my prior self in them. And to just see them, it seems to me like they have bad guidance. Between the posting themselves speeding, between the posting your pictures on the internet, like, I just feel like they're not thinking ahead. Whether they fail to have others around them, like, watch. I've learned my experiences through people failing around me. Seeing people get caught for doing stupid stuff, seeing people regret posting their own pictures online. Like, you see those errors and you apply them to your own life. I know for sure, I know myself well enough to know that if I posted my dirty pictures on the internet, 19, 20, I'm not talking about some shirtless photos, dude. I'm talking about like full body. I would have regretted that when I turned 24, 25. I would hate it. There's no way I could do that stuff forever. I got a girlfriend now. We've been dating for a year and a half. I like keeping that stuff private between us. That is for me and Eve. Same thing that goes for like dating someone who does that stuff. I would never date someone who does that either. And I got my own morals. I like to, I'm not no judgment to someone else who does. I'd rather just keep that between me and my girl. And I just have a feeling pursuit of bigger and nicer things, like using that money, that little dirty money. Not necessarily calling the concept itself dirty, but get down and dirty with it. Like using that money to go buy yourself a Lamborghini or a Ducati V4 or whatever you're trying to get in life. It's not satisfying. It's much more satisfying putting in the work, doing something that you actually are passionate about instead of just taking the quick way. It's gonna pay off in the long run if you really if you think that the material object is really gonna be the thing that makes you happy. Because generally, in my experience, it doesn't. These things, they make me happy temporarily, but that never lasts. That's just how it goes. Motorcycling is such a deep and complex hobby. Like, I'm not trying to restrict people to like one certain type of content. It's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying that there is so much to do with these things. I could never even dream of everything to do with these bikes. But these quick dopamine hits of going really fast, getting some clout off of splitting some cars, doing some ridiculous stunt, or like showing your woo-ha on Instagram. Like, these quick ways that like don't provide you with any sustenance anyway. No long-lasting impacts online. There's no crazy hot take of showing your willy. Like I said, I truly, really want what's best for these dudes. Sorry for the downer episode. I know I come off as probably like a little bit unk sometimes. No, stupid teenagers, they're gonna be stupid teenagers is what they do. It's just a little bit more bad than the guys who do those like prank channels on YouTube or something. This is life or death stuff, man. Speeding, running from cops, like, this is stuff that can end in life-altering injury, like getting paralyzed or death.
And with all of that being said, I have a lot of work to do on the bikes out there. If you guys want to see more motorcycle maintenance videos, let me know. They don't typically do too well on this page, and so a lot of this stuff I'd rather just get done and out of the way so I can go back to riding these bikes instead of them just sitting in my garage. But I don't know, let me know. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of a deeper talk today, but I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.